Hi, I'm Janae, and welcome to Challenge Chat, Week 4.
One of the challenges we are doing for 2020 is found in the book Less Stuff, More Life by Amy Marion. And the other challenge is by Taylor Flannery, the 52-week Organized Home Challenge. The links are below in the description. Hi, I'm Janae, and I teach productivity that sticks. If you're interested in planning your perfect life, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
So how did you do last week? Were you able to clean your pantry at all? Were you able to create your menu from the pantry and the fridge? Let me know how you did. And remember, there is no falling off the wagon. There is no getting behind. Just start where you are. If you want to go back to week 1 and start from there, that's fine. If you just want to start on the week we are, just do a little bit, that's fine too. It's just a matter of doing what you can, and every little bit will help, I promise. So our Simple Life challenge for week 4 was drink more water. Water is extremely important. It's one of those top 2 things that I recommend as miracle cures. One is moving or walking for 30 minutes a day, and the second is drinking enough water. Many people will say take half of your body weight in pounds, and then that's how many ounces of water you should drink. It's right around there because that is your body's main waste system. It needs the water to flush out not only your regular digestive tract, but that's what your blood uses to flush out toxins and waste. It's what your muscles use along with the movement. But it's extremely important. You would be amazed at what drinking water can do. It can reduce headaches. Have you heard the saying, I'm not fat, I'm just fluffy? Well, if you don't drink enough water, you can tend to retain water. Your body retains the water and makes you fluffy. That's a really silly way to put it. But anyway, it can make your skin clearer. It can just make you overall feel better. I mean, I just can't describe how amazing just getting enough water to drink is. And if you say that you're not thirsty, let me tell you, by the time that you're thirsty, it means you're already dehydrated. The body's system for telling you when you're thirsty is obviously a little bit flawed. So you need to get into the habit of having your water and then taking a drink every once in a while. I have an alarm that goes off every hour. It reminds me to do a number of things like get up and walk, especially if I have been at the computer most of the time, which I tend to be. And one of those things I do is I'll look at my water bottle. I use bottles that are about 20 ounces. I look at that water bottle and I make sure that I've drank at least half of a water bottle. Once your body gets used to drinking that water, then you'll do it more as a habit because you want to. People that don't like the taste of water, you need to find a way to like it. Try a squirt of juice in it. I wouldn't recommend drinking juice or milk as a replacement for your water. I also wouldn't count coffee or caffeinated drinks. Gatorade, things like that, they tend to dehydrate you more than they hydrate you. So you should only count the water. Set a goal, put a little water tracker into your planner, or put numbers on your bottles, whatever works for you, and see if you can increase your water intake. So our declutter challenge this week was the refrigerator and freezer. The individual challenges are declutter the front and the top of the refrigerator, declutter food from the fridge and clean the refrigerator, organize refrigerator contents, declutter and organize freezer, fill out a freezer inventory, and it has decluttered dishes on here. I think I'm going to put that to next week. What we'll do is we will declutter the dishes and the rest of the cabinets next week. So this week I want you to concentrate on just your fridge and freezer. Here is the time lapse for my entire declutter challenge this month. Altogether, it took me a little over an hour to do, but I did have some help from my husband and my children for some parts. Here I'm cleaning off the top of my fridge. I've always kept those egg cartons on top, but realizing that I only use them every couple of weeks or so, and the cats like to knock them off, so I figured it would be better just to put them in the cabinet behind. And then I'm wiping off the top. It tends to get a little grimy, and then the front. Don't forget the sides, especially around the handles. Next, I clean out the doors individually. All I use to clean is some vinegar spray. I just use straight white vinegar. I don't even water it down. And if I need any scrubbing, I just use a wet scrubby sponge, and then I wipe down with a cloth. Here I have 2 bottles of Catalina dressing. Don't know how that happened. When you're wiping down your fridge, do not forget to get the seals really well. I have this on my monthly maintenance, so I remember to do it every once in a while. It's important to keep them clean. Don't get a lot of vinegar or acid in them. Just scrub them down really well with your sponge. This is a really old fridge. These bars have been taped or welded in. They won't come off, so I'm just cleaning it as best I can. Next, I'm pulling everything out of the main area of the fridge so we can not only clean the shelves, but clean the surface of the fridge inside. As always happens, I think we had a thing of meat leak in the back, like pretty much right after we cleaned it the last time, which was about 6 months ago. What I do is I will spray it, and then I will first scrub with the scrubby side of my sponge, and then I will go back and wipe down with the soft side of the sponge, and then wipe it down with the dry towel. There's all of the food out on the counter. My son is in charge with stocking the fridge with water, and I say soda, but that's actually sparkling water. He does that every day to make sure that we all have nice cold waters to drink. I put a lot of my produce down here because it will not all fit in the drawer. I keep an open container of baking soda in the bottom of the fridge to absorb any odors. I like to change that once a month if I remember. The left drawer I like to use for vegetables, and the right drawer I like to use for fruit. Putting those shelves back in, they were being a little difficult. I put my dairy and my eggs on that second shelf on the right, and usually leftovers and things on the left. Drinks and tall things on the upper right, of course, and then whatever's queued up for dinner or other leftovers will go on the very top left. Here I'm thawing out some shrimp for shrimp linguine tomorrow. You can see I keep my eggs in the carton. Not only do I not have room in the door, but if you keep them in the carton in the middle of the fridge, they will stay fresher longer. That pink cream you saw in the back behind my eggs is actually foot cream, so I took this opportunity to fill that again. I keep it in the fridge to keep it fresh. And I'm getting ahead of the game, and I am marking some freezer labels with turkey broth and then some shrimp broth that I'll be making later, because I know those bottles in there do not have labels, and I will be making chicken broth later with the chicken carcasses that are in there. So my kids are helping me empty everything out of the freezer.
We do have an additional very large chest freezer that we use, and except for defrosting it a bit, it is pretty much cleaned out already. This is a very poor design. Again, a very old fridge, but a poor design because you can't really get into those grooves on the bottom to clean very well. So I put all my frozen fruits and smoothies and drink stuff on the bottom right here. And I'm taking that orange juice out because we're going to have an orange Julius for an evening snack. Things that need to be used first, I like to put in the door. I've got some ham bones, and that's some turkey carcasses in there that I'm putting back in the freezer. There's my turkey broth. More fruit, and then some chicken. Got some gluten-free bread I want to use to make some stuffing later. I've got some more lasagna mix there, that ricotta mixture. And my leftovers, my frozen leftovers. Here are the chicken carcasses that I told you about. I'm just dumping them in a crock pot with some water, and then I'm adding just about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to help pull the collagen out of the bones. And I'm just going to cook that for a couple of days, actually on low, and then I will be able to freeze that for use later. So how are you liking it so far? I hope that you're participating as much as possible. Let me know how you're doing. I would love to hear. And I hope to see you next time on Best Laid Plans.
Then...
That's plenty of fat bottom shot.
No, that's serious. You're going to take doing all the dishes.
Yes, yes you are. Absolutely. Are you kidding? Show you off every chance we get.
That's it. Exactly. We'll make sure when we tell you, my husband did this, you have proof, See, here's my husband actually doing these things.
My husband is awesome. And I probably left something off.